Hi guys, this is the review for the Transformers Prime First Edition Voyager class Optimus Prime. This is the Takara Special Clear Color Edition. So before we get into the figure, I just want to show you guys the packaging. The packaging is basically the same as the Hasbro version packaging, except in a dark gray black theme. Has the Takara Tommy and the Japanese Transformers logo in the front. That's basically the only difference. Other than that, everything's the same. First edition names on top. Optimus Prime, Transformers Prime, all the logos are the same. The box art's basically virtually the same as the Hasbro version. So the packaging all in all is basically the same besides the dark black and gray theme. Inside the packaging, it does come with a display stand, similar to your other Transformers Prime figures. So you got the Autobot and Decepticon logo on each side. That's pretty much it. And it comes with the instructions in Japanese. So that's basically it for the packaging and the other items that comes with the packaging. In terms of the figure, the whole figure is in translucent plastic with the exception of a few parts. So in robot mode, the head, face mask is not translucent. The gold bits in the abdomen area, which is right here, that's not translucent. The arm joints right here, these are not translucent, and the leg pieces, you got a bit of a gray and metallic silver right here. That's not translucent. So all in all, robot mode, every single piece is almost translucent. I mean, every single piece is translucent besides the ones that I've shown you guys. So in terms of details, the paint, the translucent plastic, the coloring of it, it replicates what he looks like in the actual show. So you have the main red color body paint, the dark gray, dark black abdomen paint, you got the blue legs, you got the light blue chest plate, and you got the darker blue color head, and you also have the Autobot logo on his right shoulder. Smokestacks are clear, they're at the back. So if you look at the figure from the back, everything's basically clear. The wheels are also clear, they're clear plastic. Now in terms of the weapons, he has two. He has the blade and the rifle. Both fit into either hand, and they both cover the hands really well. So it replicates that hand switching weapon kind of mode and scene in the show. So the only difference between these two weapons is this is actually a rubber plastic. So when you take it out and when you look at the blade closer, you can actually bend this if you want. Whereas the rifle, it's on a hard piece of plastic. And it's basically the same rifle as the Doctor Wu guns, for those of you that has Doctor Wu upgrade kits. So yeah, all in all, really, really nice figure. In terms of articulation, head's on a ball joint. It can turn 360, it can kind of move up, kind of move down, not too much. Shoulders, 360. Oh, it just packed out, sorry guys, here you go. And on the shoulder blades here, you can actually lift this part up if you want to just make your Optimus look cooler. The arm joint, 360. Hands, probably like a 90-degree angle only. You can't turn it all the way through. And also the arm joint, forgot to mention, obviously you can move up and down. Waist, you can't really move it because of the transformation, which I'll show you later. The thigh area, it's on a ball joint. knee area, you can swivel it up and down, or you can turn it 360. And the feet, it's only on a swivel joint, so you can only twist it. You can only move it a bit up and down. You can't even twist it right or left. But because of the engineering of this figure, there's a lot of posability stances if you guys want to pose this figure differently. But all in all, really nice figure. So without further ado, let's get into the transformation of this figure and see how the engineering of this transformation figure works. So to transform this figure, it's actually not too hard. The engineering and the transformation of this figure is really fun to do. So first you want to start off with the arms. So when you get the arms here, you want to unpeg the armored arm piece here. So basically just lift this out, and you'll see that this piece, there's a piece of thin plastic here that pegs into the groove here. So that's basically how you take it out. And just lift the whole piece out like that. Turn the whole hand around so your hands are kind of turned in an upside down position. Lift the hands up into the arm, and then what you can do is you can turn this armor piece down and then kind of close it with this red plastic piece, and close this red armor piece into the arm, into the hand, right there. So do the same thing on the other side. Turn the whole hand around, lift the hand in, and close the armor piece. So that's the first step. Second step, unpack the shoulders from the wheels. So if you look at the shoulder and the wheel joint here, there's a peg here. So this peg basically pegs right smack into the middle of the wheel. So just unpeg both sides. And then what you do is turn the shoulder up on both sides. And then now you can basically close the chest plate together. Just like that. And then on the inside of the chest plate, you'll see a kind of like a blue clear hole here that this peg pegs in. Just push it in, just like that. Do the same on the other side. And now you have Optimus looking like this. Now what you can do is you can peg the thin piece of plastic here on each side. It grooves into the gap on each of the arms, and the two little tabs here on each side tabs together. So you can actually just kind of peg everything together. And this top piece here forms the nose of the truck. So once you have this, just leave this open here. You're going to come back to it later. Next thing you can do is you can go to the waist here. You can turn the whole waist around, just like that. And then once you do that, you can push this whole top piece down, and it snaps right in perfectly. Now once you have this done, what you can do next is, you'll see two tabs here. These two tabs basically fit into the holes right here. So there's a hole on each side. So what you can do is just fold the arms in, and then swivel the plastic piece here into the hole. So just kind of wiggle it around, and eventually it'll snap in place, just like that. And then what you can do after is you can lift this smokestack plate out. So before you do it, just kind of push this out, and then you can lift this whole nose piece, the front grille of the truck, open, like that. And then might as well push this whole side piece open, and then you can flip the head down. And then coming back to the front or the nose of the truck, you can flip this whole piece down and close the front of the truck in. just like that. So do the same for the other side. And basically, when you do that, you'll see that in the middle of the truck, there are pegs that peg them together. So kind of just snap them together after. And then lastly, the smokestacks. So fold this plastic piece down, and then basically you'll see a thin piece of plastic here that pegs into a hole of the smokestack right here. It's probably hard to see, guys, because of the light, but right there. So just kind of peg it in. Do the same for the other side. And you basically have the front of the truck done. Now what you do with the remaining body of the truck is snap the feet together. Then lift the kind of like the front knee piece up. It unpegs from these thin pieces of plastic, and then before you lift the whole piece up, the whole bottom section up, lift this gray piece up all the way up, and then you can peg the two legs together. And a very neat design for this figure is this gray piece, because this gray piece acts as an additional support to peg the two legs together, because the side of this gray piece pegs into the other side of the leg. So it snaps it into piece, acts as a stronger support for the two legs to kind of peg together. And then what you can do is with these two shoulder pieces, there are two thin pegs here that pegs into the grooves here, the two little grooves. So just kind of fold them back in. And this is basically the top of the truck. So now you can lift the whole legs piece to level with the truck, and then fold the front knee piece up. And then what you can do is just close the top of the truck and peg the gaps here to these two long plastic pieces into the gap of the nose. And just straighten the whole truck out. And there you have Optimus in his truck mode. Now with the weapons, what you can do with the weapons is you can peg it into the two holes here. So you can actually just peg whichever way you want. It's really up to your preference. And that's Optimus in his truck mode. The truck mode looks extremely nice. Despite of the transparent plastic, I still think it looks very, very show accurate and very, very nice. Detail wise, you have the Autobot logo right in the front of the nose. Lights are translucent blue. You have the blue tinted windows with kind of like a gold, paint detail on top. This piece right here, this whole black area, this is not clear plastic. It's a dark black plastic around the blue tinted windows. You have a metallic silver kind of door step on each side of the doors. Clear smokestacks. Translucent wheels again. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the truck. Clear front grille. So very, very nice and neat looking truck all in all, I have to say. Wheels roll well. They roll really well. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for the truck mode. Not too much to kind of go through. So let's change this back to robot mode now. So it's just a reverse of what we did. Again, unpack the weapons first. You can start with the legs, lift the top open, push this whole piece down, and then push the whole leg piece down. And then what you can do is unpeg the gray piece here, separate the legs, close the gray piece into the gap here, and then you can kind of just push this front knee piece down. So the gap here pegs into, or these thin pieces of plastic, as I mentioned before, pegs into the front, just like that. Then lift the feet open, just from the side, like that. And you basically have his legs done. Now what you can do is lift the head up from the back, and then unpack the smokestacks, lift it up. You can go ahead and close this. Just leave some space though here, because you gotta put the wheels and the front of the truck all the way back here. So unpack the front of the truck and then push the side of this metallic piece all the way up. Do the same for the other side, and then flip the back of the front of the truck all the way there. And then you can go ahead and close the smokestack piece. And then what you can do now is you can unpeg the arms here from the front, just like that. Push it all the way in and then lift the whole piece up. And now what you can do is, in order to keep this whole piece from dropping down, turn the waist until it locks into the front, just like that. Unpeg the arm piece right here that we started it with when transforming him to the truck. And then open everything up, including his chest plate. Peg back the shoulder peg into the front of the wheel, the middle of the wheel, on each side, just like that. And then turn the arms down. You can lift the shoulder plate here for the this next step of transformation to make it easier. So lift this armor piece down. Flip the hands down, close it, and then turn it around, and then flip this down. Sometimes I just find that if you leave this down, when you're turning the armor plate, it knocks into this piece, so I lift it up to make it easier. It's really up to you guys. Lift it down, do the same thing, and then turn the whole arm around and push this down. Just make sure everything pegs in, straighten the figure out, and you have him back in robot mode. So all in all, a very, very nice figure, I have to say. It's one of the best molds for an Optimus Prime Voyager figure that I've ever had. The transformation's fun, the details really, really good on the figure. It looks 95% identical to what it is in the show. An interesting fact about this figure. The light piping on this is very, very special. So let me show you guys. So turn off the light now. When you shine a light at the back of the figure, you can see that it looks like energon flowing through the figure, because the light piping basically shines all the way through each transparent plastic, which is really cool. And for size comparison, this is basically a Generations Deluxe figure, Starscream. So slightly larger than Starscream. And another size comparison is a Legends Generations figure. I've Scrapnel here with Ratbat. It's about twice the size, or twice the height as this figure. So all in all, a really, really nice figure, I have to say. I highly recommend it to you guys. There is a normal first edition bold color version. Both figures are basically the same, transformation is the same, it's only the plastic that's different. I just wanted something special, so I got the clear color version from Takara. But the normal Hasbro version works exactly the same and works perfectly. Highly recommend this figure. If you guys have any other questions, leave it down in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more reviews.